no. This can't be real. I can't be finding him attractive.
Oh, hey, I can move.
I wonder if I do that enough time. Ah! There was a baby! There was a baby on the steps! This is an Anything Goes visual novel basement match. Introducing the champion, weighing in at 189 pounds. Yes, I googled it. From the depths of Canada, he is Mr. Hammer and Drill STRADE! This has actually been a long time coming, Espoir. You may remember that it was actually STRADE who handed Espoir her very first visual novel defeat. After that, she didn't touch the game till she came back with a walkthrough. No shame in needing a little help, Espoir. No shame in that. Opponent, weighing in at 12 apples, coming in from Toontown, USA, she is the unkillable kisser, the millennial meme lady, the why the heck won't she go down, Espoir Doobie! Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Espoir David, and today I want to play a kind of remaster of the Boyfriend to Death game starring STRADE called You Kill Me Every Time. The torrential downpour seemed to come out of nowhere. It wasn't even cloudy when I left. I stood under an awning and watched the wall of gray solidify with a sigh. My attention was coaxed to a warm yellow light coming from behind me. Some kind of pub? I'd never seen it before, yet somehow it felt nostalgic. I gave up on the idea of getting home soon and opened the door. The sound of relaxed chatting and clinking glasses drew me in. I sat down at a small table and breathed in the scent of cheap liquor and damp wood. Dude just gonna come and sit down next to me? I'm covering my cup and giving you the evil eye. Well, I've never seen you before. I mean, I've seen his new design, but I hate that he's hotter. With his nice brown hair and his nice stubble and his big arms. No, he is my nemesis. Wait, what? Camera button. You can take a screenshot and save it to your photo gallery using the camera button. Oh! Clicking the button will take a picture without the menus, while right-clicking will include the menus in the picture. Wowie zowie! Oh, that's neat. That's new. Hee 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 hee. That is nice. I am tickled. Thank you. My attention snapped up to a man sitting at my table across from me. Are you waiting for someone? I don't want to flirt. He's my nemesis. My nemesis. No, I just came in to escape that rain. He looked behind me, seemingly noticing the rain for the first time. Wow, it really is coming down, eh? I got a bit ahead of myself. My name is STRADE. I know. Man, I hate that he looks so good now. What about you? Where's the I'm not telling you my name? Oh, I'm Espoir. It means hope in French. Cute. I'm glad you came in here. I was just thinking to myself how I wanted someone to talk to. Aw, he's a nice man with happy feelings all of the time.
I am nice man with happy feelings all of the time.
I noticed that he had a light European accent of some kind. Please, let me get you a beer. He shifted in his chair, seeming as if he wasn't going to wait for an answer. No thanks. No? Okay, I'll just get one for myself then. I am looking disrespectfully at your waistline, sir. He grinned as he got up. I watched as he sauntered towards the bar. I let out a short sigh and took a look back at the windows. Still raining, maybe even worse than before. My mind wandered. What am I doing here? Suddenly, Strade was back. See, the thing about me is I would totally be seduced and taken in and end up in his car and in his basement because I was trying to be nice. He set his beer down on the table as he sat down. This is my favorite bar. It's a good place for conversation, don't you think? I looked around at the patrons, nearly all sipping beverages. I want to know who else is in here. He was right. Everyone was talking. Among the murmurs, a few excited exclamations about the weather. He took a swig of his beer. Since I'd never seen you here before, I assume you weren't on your way to the bar. Did you come from work?
You're being awfully chatty.
Yeah, I'm just wandering around, really. Ah, it was a nice day for that, until now. Unlucky. Well, hopefully the rent clears up soon. Although, in the meantime, I'd love to hear a little more.
Stop being charming.
I relaxed into my seat and began chatting with him. It seemed so easy to talk about myself. Burst out the, do you like anime? See if he stays for that. Actually, he might. Does Strade like anime? I told him about my day while he listened, fully invested. And then, well, I ended up here. So you have. I suppose your bad luck is my good luck. You've been fascinating so far. He chuckled, seemingly totally pleased with the situation. I hate that he's so cute. I will not love him. I will not love Strade. He is my nemesis. He will forever be my nemesis. But I will admit that he's cute. Are you sure you don't want a beer? I really don't mind. Sure, why not? Great. He left again, swiftly coming back with a drink. He slid it over to me and took another sip of his own. By the way, dudes and gals, don't accept drinks from strangers at a bar. You don't know what they've put in that. You keep yourself safe. He leaned back for a moment, looking behind me with a whistle. Rain's still coming down like crazy. I suppose I haven't told you anything about myself yet.
Yes, Dwayne, please tell me all about what you like to do in your free time.
He stopped to consider a moment. Well, these days, when I'm not hanging around here, I'm usually working on the odd project. I started studying engineering in Europe, then moved here. I went to a university a few provinces away to continue with that. But mortgages are cheaper here. I raised my eyebrow. Engineering? Yeah, isn't he like super handy? Yeah, I really love it. I design and build machines. The puzzle of making them more efficient, more reliable. He's making a cute face again! It's really quite addictive. And I suppose I'm lucky too. I managed to secure a few patents that are still paying royalties. More income means more beers for my new friend. He's so charming. Oh, okay, so that's how he has such a nice gosh darn house. He let out a deep laugh. He really seems to be enjoying himself. We went on to gleefully explain a few engineering concepts. Despite the fact that a lot of concepts went over my head, his excitement in explaining them was infectious. Still good with the one beer? I can get another one if you want. Shh, please. Normally I wouldn't do that, but gosh darn it, I'm being charmed.
What, that guy? Well, you don't trust that guy back there's got a naturally trustable face. What, do you think he's got malicious intent? Are you reading bad signals off of that? Off of those eyes? You think those would be the kind of eyes to peer into yours, coldly emotionless, as he strangled you in your sleep? No, he's not that kind of guy. He's a good guy.
So polite still. He left and returned with another glistening mug. I could still hear the rain hammering at the roof of the building, but it didn't bother me like before. I gulped my drink. This really isn't so bad. The time seemed to slip by. But, oh dear. An hour passed in a blink as Strade kept bringing me new drinks whenever I ran dry. I found myself listening to him and talking about myself with a sense of ease. Our light conversation blended in with the comfortable buzz of the bar. As he kept chatting away happily, I leaned back. This bar is so relaxing. Be nice if it wasn't a psycho in it. I let myself lose track of time. Drowsiness softened my thoughts. I slumped back into my chair. You're starting to look a bit tired, buddy. I yawned in reply. It's this bar. It's making me feel sleepy. You're right. And I guess we've been at it for quite a while. He looked over my shoulder and clicked his tongue in disapproval. The rain hasn't slowed down a bit. I looked behind me to see the wall of water past the window myself. I guess we'll just have to get you home anyway.
Oh, yeah, it's getting late.
Ooh. As I stood up, the blood seemed to rush out of my head. I steadied myself on the table. Had a bit too much to drink? He laughed warmly. You certainly can't leave like that. Don't worry, I can drive. I squinted at the table. He barely touched his beer. The bar's much quieter now. I really lost track of time. We walked past the last few patrons and pushed through the door. This is a highly dangerous situation, and I do not recommend it to anybody. As it shut behind us, the soothing sound of the bar was abruptly silenced, and we were left alone in the dark with the roaring rain. I parked just over here. His arm wrapped around my shoulders. Before I could protest, I was pushed into the sheet of falling water. The sudden splash of cold water on my face wasn't enough to sober me up. I stumbled, and his grip tightened. His firm embrace was the only thing keeping me upright as we walked forward. I cursed myself for drinking so much. This is a little embarrassing. Which way are we going? It was hard to see in the dark. Ah! Suddenly, a brick wall emerged from the murk and slammed into my face. Ow! Watch where you're going, wall. I'm walking here. Strade's weight followed and ground me against the rough surface. Beg? Yeah, well, just slow down there, cowboy. I could feel his laugh shake my body in reply. I can't help myself. He shuffled for a moment, then wrenched my wrists together behind me. The sound of a zip tie closing sent a deep chill down my spine. For a brief, magical second, I forgot what kind of game this was. I tried to pull my wrists away from his grip, but another tie tightened around them. Come on, relax. His hand slid over my mouth. It's time for you to come home. Wait, are there options that I can't choose yet in the beginning? Wowie. Well, struggling ain't gonna get me nowhere. Where's the bop him on the forehead? Bite. I maneuvered my head and bit down on his hand as hard as I could. Ugh! I expected him to jump backwards to get away from me, but he didn't. I realized he was breathing hard next to my ear. A biter, huh? His hands snaked up my neck. I like that. Oh no, he likes that! A thick piece of fabric was pulled around my mouth, tightened and tied quickly behind my head. Then another, a blindfold. I tried to quell a sense of rising panic. He gripped my shoulder again and started pushing me along. No one's doing this. No one is... I can't see. I can't scream. I could flop. I could just put all your weight down. Kick your legs. My mind raced, hoping that someone would see what was happening, but the pounding rain on my head washed that thought away. Of course, everyone is inside. All right, well, that solves that. I stumbled forward, blind and completely helpless, until we finally stopped, maybe just half a block away. A beep, and a click. No. I was pushed forward until I fell over the bumper of a car. Come on, now. Another shove and a lift, and I was inside what I was sure was a trunk. See you at home, buddy. Ah! The trunk slammed shut. Some insane part of my mind felt like it was worth focusing on being warm and out of the rain. The sound of the engine brought me back to reality. I tried to kick at the trunk, but nothing gave at all. My feet hurt. My head hurts. I'm hungry. I have to pee. I want some graham crackers. I squeezed my eyes shut and tried to stay calm as I was rocked back and forth by the car's movements. I couldn't tell if it was my panic playing with my sense of time or not, but the drive seemed to take forever. And then we don't even know how far he's taken us. Eventually, I heard the pop of the driver's door opening. My heart started hammering again. A click and a whoosh of air told me the trunk was open. Ah, look at you. You're so cute like that. I tried to protest, but the fabric gag muffled anything I could possibly say. Hands clamped around my shoulders and pulled me out of the trunk. I wobbled, trying to stand. He steadied me. Come on, just a bit further. He sounded excited, like I was blindfolded because he was going to surprise me with a gift. He guided me firmly across the floor. There is no gift. There is no happy times. It was warm, quiet, no rain. This must be a garage. I felt myself pushed through the threshold of a door. Okay, be careful here. These steps are down. I pushed a toe forward until the ground disappeared. STRADE, you're gonna bring me home, you're gonna chat me up, you're gonna buy me drinks, and you're not even gonna carry me over the threshold. This is why I'm not marrying you. Not even gonna pick me up bridal style and take me to your creepy basement. Just gonna push me forward. The nerve of this guy. Fear pulsed through me. Would he lie? What if it just drops? He forced me forward until I had to find the next stair to steady myself. My half-whimper, half-sigh of relief was muffled by the gag. I continued my forced march down the stairs as I considered my position. If that was a garage, this must be a basement. I lurched forward. There was no next step. I'd reached the bottom. He pushed me further, just a few steps, and then stopped. Is this it? Is he going to kill me now? He takes off the blindfold. Surprise! I found out it's your birthday. No, there's no happy times here. He clicked his tongue. You're soaked. He was right. I was shivering. Just a second. I don't know what he expected me to do other than wait. I can't even see. I focused on the sound of a drawer being rifled through. Then I froze as a sharp point pressed lightly under my chin. This is a knife. I'm going to cut your clothes off. Oh no! You know what? At this point, I'm tired. Let him do it. I'm exhausted. I gulped and stood still. What else can I do? Don't worry, I'm not going to hurt you yet. I'm just going to get those wet clothes off of you. The word yet was echoing in my head as I heard a swift rip of fabric. My Gucci shirt that I actually got from AliExpress. I gasped involuntarily as my wet clothing was peeled away from me. Soon I was standing there in nothing but my underwear. My Sonic the Hedgehog underwear. My arms were bound. I couldn't even cover myself. No need to be shy here. By the time we're done, you won't be worried about that at all. I wanted to argue, but two heavy hands gripping my shoulders cut off my train of thought. Sit. They pushed me down with the command. All right. I'm tired. As much as I want to resist, I'm tired. I'm betrayed. I didn't get a new friend. I didn't get carried across the threshold. I'm tired. I let him guide me to the floor. My arms rubbed up against a metal pole. Oh, hey, fancy being here again. Just relax. His voice was coming from behind me now. The zip ties holding my wrists together were sliced away. Before I could comprehend my freedom, I was frozen by the characteristic rip of duct tape. My arms were pulled tight behind me and bound around the pole. The cloth in my mouth was pulled away.
Big boy, I need a big boy, give me a big boy.
Hey, what's up? I'm silently panicking. Then the blindfold was finally lifted from my face. Comfy? Where's the... Oh, this is lovely. This is absolutely lovely. Yes, this is lovely. Really? Well, I'm glad. Anyway, now you're dry so you won't freeze. I want you to be... Wie sagt mein Watson? Properly awake tomorrow.
Tomorrow? What do you mean, tomorrow?
I admit I'm very excited to get started, but it's a bit late and I want to be properly awake too. So, get some sleep.
He turned towards the stairs. Wait! Aren't you gonna give me a snack?
Why are you doing this, buddy?
Why me? Why are you doing this? I thought we were hitting it off. Did I do something to you?
You made me excited. I want to get to know you. The real you. So, rest. We'll talk again tomorrow.
You want to get to know the real me? Let's watch Revolutionary Girl Utena together.
I watched him bound up the stairs, whistling happily.
Ah! Now you're gonna give me a nightlight?
Ah! The heavy sound of a door closing seemed to jumpstart my panic.
He's really just leaving me down here.
I twisted my wrists and pulled at the bindings. I can't... I tried to calm down. I started examining the space around me. Seems like a mostly regular basement, although a few tools sent a shiver up my spine. Muffled talking caught my attention. Huh? It was him, I could tell, but who's he talking to? Might it be an adorable foxman? I could hardly hear, but it sounded like another man. Try to get some rest. Oh wait, where's my health bar? I'm surprised that hasn't popped up yet. I took a deep breath. There's no point in fighting anymore. If I sleep, maybe I'll have enough energy to try and escape tomorrow. If someone like me could ever escape, you could do it, Espoir. I believe in you. They don't call you, why won't she die for nothing? I shook the thought from my mind. I have to try. The fear finally started giving way to exhaustion. I slowly drifted into a restless sleep. Something was nudging me.
Ah!
Hey.
What's up, my dude?
Are you awake yet? My memory flooded back to me, bringing fresh panic in its wake. You're very cute when you're asleep, you know. I thought coming down the stairs would wake you up.
No, this can't be real.
I can't be finding him attractive! You might have slept better than me, actually. I was so excited to play with you I couldn't rest. But now we can finally get started.
He held up a gleaming knife. That's a nice knife. That sure is a good knife.
I thought about all the things I could do.
Oh, there's my trusty health bar.
But I think let's start simple.
Let me just save my game. Ah!
He moved close to me. Screenshot this. Actually, how does my photo gallery look?
That's neat. That's neat. That's neat. I like that. That's neat. That's neat. I like that. That's great. I like that.
I like this photo gallery mechanic. That's great. He moved closer to me. I instinctively shuffled, trying in vain to get away from him. A hand cupped my face. Where should we start?
How about we start by letting me go? And, going to see a movie or something.
Nope.
Your leg looks soft. I couldn't think. I just stared at the knife as he lowered it to my exposed skin. His grip on my face tightened. Don't worry. I'm going to make sure to go slow.
He did.
He dragged the blade across my skin, slowly, as he promised.
Is that all you got? What is this? Why don't you get your cute fox man boy to do this? Is that all you got?
I asked him through gritted teeth. A knowing look flashed in his eyes.
Ugh.
He tilted the knife, pushing the point deeper into my leg.
I think you and I both know it isn't.
Eh.
He shifted his weight, seeming to renew his excitement. I am looking most disrespectfully at your soft dad bod. He moved the knife edge against my skin next to the original cut.
Ugh. Stay still.
I stifled a yelp as the edge tore my skin apart. He increased the...
Oh, that's neat. That's cute. When you get injured, it drips a little bit and has a little dripping animation. Isn't that nice?
He increased the pressure and the speed. The blood clung to the edge of the knife in his shaking hand. I glanced back up at him and realized he was still watching me.
Oh, the eye contact. I don't know how to feel about this.
Had he looked down at all? I cried out as a deep gash was slashed into my leg.
I knew it. I knew you would be good. I could tell.
His free hand slid over my thigh, roughly teasing my fresh open wounds.
Show me more.
He positioned the tip of the knife to point straight down into my thigh.
Wait! Wait! Ah!
I screamed as he plunged the blade deep into my leg. I get the feeling that nothing I picked there would have prevented that. I slumped over my mangled lap. My heart was pounding, spilling my blood out onto the stained floor. My blood! Another rhythm crept into my consciousness. He was panting. His fingers moved toward the hilt of the knife, still lodged in my body.
That's too deep, isn't it? I went too far. I knew I would go too far.
His other hand tightened around the grip. I screamed as he jerked the knife, twisting it slightly.
It's too much. I know.
What the heck is he talking about? The agony in my leg consumed me. His confusing self-argument was more than I could process. He started to pull the knife out of me. I groaned as the serrated edges of the knife tore up my mutilated flesh. Ow, my flesh! I tried to breathe slowly to adjust to the pain. He kept pulling the knife out, slowly, agonizingly. He matched his breathing to mine, his breaths growing deeper as well. Finally, the tip of the knife emerged from the bloody pulp. Ah, my leggy poo! He breathed out a sigh, as if it had come out of his own leg. I remained frozen, worried that any sound or motions would get him going again. Eventually, his breathing relaxed.
You're bleeding a lot.
Yeah, that kind of happens when you stab someone and twist the blade.
His fingers hovered over the wound he created.
Too much.
His hand balled into a fist, withdrawn in chastity rather than violence. He let out a breath and stood up. My body finally released a fraction of the tension it was holding.
Do you want me to stitch you up?
Yes, please.
You know it will hurt, don't you? But you know you need to stop bleeding, too. You're a tough one, survivor.
Yeah, they don't call me Espoir. Why won't you die for nothing?
Very interesting. Well, let's fix you up then.
He turned to gather a medical kit and bottle from the cabinets behind him, whilst I looked at his booty cheeks. I don't know, I think Mason has a better butt. He sat down and placed the objects on the ground. As he picked through it, I was a bit surprised to see how clean everything looked. Individually wrapped sterile supplies looked so out of place in his bloody fingers. He tore a tiny packet and pulled out a curved needle. Anxious energy flowed through me like a wave. Why is he moving so slowly? I tore my gaze away from the needle and found the answer. He was staring at me. Oh, STRADE. I don't know what to do with all this intense eye contact.
You're sweating.
I instinctively examined him in return. So are you. He lowered the needle to my torn-up thighs. I twitched reflexively, anticipating pain. He lowered his knee over mine and held down my other leg firmly. He brushed the needle over the largest gaping wound. I twitched again, but his body kept mine restrained. He clicked his tongue appreciatively.
This will hurt.
Before I could react, the needle shot through my ruined skin. Ow, my skin! My gasp of surprise devolved into a groan of pain. He pushed the needle through the other side of the wound, eliciting a fresh cry. Ow! His concentration didn't waver. He kept moving the needle. In. I squirmed. Out. I screamed. He was moving faster. I couldn't keep track anymore. Why? He pulled the strings smoothly and tied them with mechanical precision. I hate that he's so good at this. He's such a scumbag. But he's good at this. Why is he moving so quickly? Is this mercy? I don't think he knows what that means. Through waves of pain, I tried to concentrate on his face. No, it's not mercy. This is obsession. Uh-oh! He can't stop. Oh no! Oh no! Does he have a thing where he likes tearing you open so he can put you back together? I didn't think he could even slow down. I tried to relax as he finished. Eventually he paused, scanning my leg. Oh, look at him. He looks so happy there. I finally lowered my gaze and held in a gasp. They're perfect. The length of the cut strings, the distance between stitches. Something about the unwavering uniformity made me uneasy. He was panting and sweating. I will not fall in love with my nemesis. I will not.
What do you think, mein Liebchen?
Don't you call me your Liebchen. You don't say that to me. You don't get to say that. They're perfect.
He let out a genuine laugh. I wasn't sure if he picked up on my incredulous tone.
Well, I had an inspiring canvas. Anyway, we still have one more thing to do.
I balked at the idea of any more torture.
Need to clean you up.
Oh yeah, doesn't he just dump a bunch of alcohol on me or something?
I let out a small sigh of relief.
It would be no good if you got infected.
I looked down at my freshly stitched bloody thighs. The angry blush of bruising was already spreading out from the wounds. He opened another packet from his medical kit. It had a wipe inside. Now listen, I got eczema, and my eczema makes little cuts in my skin, and just putting even a little bit of alcohol on these is excruciatingly painful.
This will sting a bit.
I sucked in a breath, prepared for the worst. Yet he moved fairly gently. He rubbed the wipe over my leg, carefully cleaning the blood. Carefully? Gently? Strayed? It did sting a bit near the cuts, but certainly not as bad as anything I just endured. I stiffened as his hand dipped between my thighs. Hey? Sir?
You've got blood here too. Try to relax.
I tried to squirm away from him, but as usual, it was no use.
There. Mostly clean.
Mostly? He grabbed the bottle besides the kit.
This will sting a lot.
Oh no! He opened the bottle and immediately poured it over my injuries. Oh.
You gosh.
I screamed at the instant, intense burning. I thought it was acid at first, but thankfully the pain began to subside quickly.
Alcohol. Should be nice and clean now.
I felt my body slumping forward, pulling at the bonds on my wrist. The tape that's around my wrists. I could hardly feel them.
Feeling a bit worn out?
Now that the pain was starting to dull, my head was starting to feel heavy. I couldn't think of a response, but it didn't seem like he was expecting one. He cupped my face in his hand. Shake it off. Ignore it. Lean into it. No! No! Ignore it. I did... Okay. After he kills me. Because we know that's what's going to happen. Then I'll flirt. Then I'll be flirty. I was so overwhelmed from the explosive pain just beginning to fade, I barely noticed him.
I can see why you might be tired after all that. I was a little bit extreme. But you're very exciting.
The buzzing pain was distracting me. What the heck is he talking about?
I'm so glad I brought you home. I feel like I'm getting to know you very well. And as much as I want to push you over the edge, I want to make this last. So, I'll let you rest. We'll have time for all that later.
It's like more cruel when he leaves you alive. He stood up straight in a motion to leave. Wait, I got some questions. What? Wait, hold on, me. Let me ask the questions around here.
You're very talkative.
Oh no, his heart's getting bluer.
Don't worry. We'll have time to get to know each other. I promise.
But then again, I guess this is a lot of time spending with good old STRADE here. But I guess since this is You Kill Me Every Time STRADE, and it's only about STRADE, that there's plenty of time to get to know him. He walked away and left all of my questions unanswered. The stairs creaked as he thumped casually up the door. With a heavy thud, I knew I was alone again. I let out a sigh. For a while, I could hear footsteps, but eventually only silence remained with me. The pain in my legs was a dull throb. I tried to consider my options. Oh, I can move. What's this? I wonder if I do that enough time. Ah! There was a baby! There was a baby on the steps! There was a baby! There was a baby child! A man! Man! He's a man! He's a man! He's not a boy, he's a man! There was a boy on the steps! He's a man, but I'm going to call him a baby boy. What was that? That was... Stay quiet. That was terrifying. That was... like, I knew that part was going to come up at some point. We're supposed to be escaping me. Don't get distracted. I clamped my stunned mouth shut. Whatever that was, it can't be good. I shook my head, trying to remember what I saw. Oh, wait, no. Does that mean there's a route where I have to hurt Ren again? No! I have to stab the baby! Ren, listen. Whatever you do to me in the future is justified because of what I have to do right now. It could have been him. Was it a person, or... I let out an exasperated breath. I should just forget about it. I have enough to worry about. Alright, back to escaping. What's that? What's this? This is trippy. I wonder if I can escape. Ah! I froze, not quite believing I was free. We did it! Yeah! What? Oh wait, don't celebrate too loudly. Yeah! Whoa! We did it! I clamped a newly freed hand over my mouth. It worked? My heart started racing. What do I do now? I didn't think I'd get this far. Save your game! I leaned against the pole and shakily got to my feet, wincing as my stitches protested. Ugh. Alright. Rows of various wrenches. I think we need to get a knife and then hide that knife. As I was considering their possibility as a weapon, a glint of metal caught my eye. Near the back of the drawer. A knife! I pulled it out as my heart started pounding. Take the knife. Hopefully we don't get the ending, Strayed returned your knife. Oh yeah, now we're talking. I gripped the knife and closed the drawer. What else is in here? Plastic cutlery, bottle opener, and a bag of zip ties. Memories of the bar rushed to my head unbidden. What we could do... I mean, they're not gonna do it, but, like, take all the tape and the zip ties and, like, hide them somewhere so that when he realizes that you're not tied up, he doesn't have anything to tie you back up with, and he's gotta look for it. Rearrange his stuff so he doesn't know where stuff is. I pushed the drawer closed, as if to shut them out. Those aren't going to help me right now. Why do I feel like there's something... Stairs? No, should not go by the stairs. Wait. Yeah, we should not go by the stairs. Oh, what's in here? Rags, jugs of cleaners, attachments for power tools. I desperately swept my hands over the shelves, hoping for anything useful. They caught on something plastic. I carefully pulled out a small card out of the cabinet. It was a driver's license, but it definitely wasn't Strade's. It was a middle-aged looking guy, balding on the top. Why? My throat constricted as I realized this man is probably dead. He was probably down here, just like me. My sanity! Whoops. I hastily put it back into the cabinet and closed it, and tried to forget about it. Oh yeah, I forgot. My sanity's low. I should probably stop snooping around. All right, I'll snoop around, or I'll stop snooping around later. I limped over to the cabinet under the sink and opened it. I dug through tape, nails, screws. Like hide those nails, hide those nails, hide those screws. Put them somewhere else. I huffed in annoyance. Nothing useful. What's in here? I looked around and found a mini fridge. I popped it open and found a single cheap beer and a roast beef sandwich in a plastic bag. Of course it would be beer. I guess I can't be picky though. I'm gonna eat your sandwich. I'm gonna eat your sandwich, Strayed. Just the sight of the food made my stomach rumble viciously. Fear might have been masking it before, but I was starving. Eat it! Eat it up! I grabbed the sandwich and tore the package open. I stuffed it into my mouth and practically moaned into it. A roast beef sandwich. My ravenous hunger drove me to take huge bites. After nearly choking, I pulled out the beer and cracked it open before immediately chugging it. Relief washed over me as the liquid helped the sandwich go down. I didn't care about the taste. I was far too hungry and thirsty. I finished every bite of the sandwich and every drop of the beer. Ha! I ate his sandwich! He was probably looking forward to that sandwich. He was probably like, ooh, I'm gonna have fun with Espoir, and then I'm going to have my sandwich, and I ate his sandwich. Now what? The only one-up I'm gonna get on Strayed in this video, that I ate his sandwich. I took a moment just to bask in the sensation of fullness after so long. Eventually, I gathered the strength to leave the afterglow of my meal. I placed the bag and empty can back in the fridge where I found them. Then I closed the fridge and sighed. That's a lot better. Alright, I think we should rest. I hate how neat and organized everything is. Little homemaker Strayed, I'm gonna turn you to a house husband. Alright, let's get some rest. I turned to the pole and leaned against it with a sigh. I've done all I can. Now I need some rest. I slid down until I was on my original position. I considered the discarded duct tape on the floor. I better put this back over my wrists. A plan started to form in my mind. I'm loose enough now. I should be able to get out if I need to. I shuffled the knife under my thighs to hide it. I just have to wait for the right time, when his guard is down. And then, I gulped. I just have to do it. I pulled the loose tape back over my wrists and sat, looking exactly how he left me. Then finally, I let my head droop. I'm in a box. A glass case of emotion? moving box. Dark shapes of a world outside rushed past me. Oh man, am I getting haunted in my dreams? Like a car, but I wasn't driving. Why am I so afraid? Are you ready to live? The car is going too fast. I can't focus. Let me out! You're already out. This isn't a test drive. You're going too fast. There's fire. You're already burning. Living. Please, let me out. Oh, I love you so much. Ah! Something was shaking me.
Good morning, mein Liebchen.
Don't you call me mein Liebchen. Don't you? You're not allowed to call me that.
Or maybe I should say, good noon. You were sleeping very deeply.
My nervous system was awake, but my brain was still catching up. Yeah, look at that sanity. That sanity looks great. The dull throb in my legs made itself known against my will.
I wanted to let you rest, but I can't wait any longer. We have so much to do.
I pulled my knees in closer to my body. I really didn't want to find out what his plans were.
But first, a couple things. You don't mind if I film, do you?
Just get my good side, make sure my wig is properly curled. So I know I said I wasn't going to be flirty until later on, but I might be able to take this first round from STRADE. I might be able to get him. Sure.
It's okay. You're so sweet. Don't worry, you won't even notice it.
I looked around, trying to find a camera. That was sick. That was a cool camera move. I like all the camera moves that they're doing in this game. Is this still Renpai? This is fancy.
See?
I couldn't find it. I sighed and let it go. I'm sure the camera is the least of my problems. He suddenly pulled something from his pocket, causing me to flinch slightly.
I also have something for you.
A granola bar?
I realize I've been forgetting to feed you. I can't have you passing out from hunger, of all reasons. You need your energy.
He unwrapped the bar and held it up to my face. And then I bit it. And then I bit his hand and went, "Harf!" I will eat the bar carefully. I leaned forward and took a tiny bite of the bar. I watched him carefully for a reaction, for some kind of trick, but he simply held the bar patiently. Hunger began to overtake my caution. I started eating the bar in earnest. I ignored his attentive stare. No, don't stare at me attentively. Stop. The bar was less sweet than I expected. It tasted more like some kind of healthy meal replacement thing. Before I knew it, he was holding a piece too small for me to bite away. He took my momentary hesitation as an invitation. He pushed the last bit between my lips, brushing his fingers over my skin just a little too long. I don't know how to feel about this, but I don't like how I'm feeling about this. He stood up and dusted his hands off on his shirt. The tiny meal did make me feel a little better. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, pal. You're the best. Who says a bad word about STRADE? Huh? Me, I do. Thanks. The phrase came out reluctantly.
Still polite, eh? I can tell that was difficult for you.
My relief was short-lived. You with your gosh darn Chaos Emerald belt. He was staring at me. I shifted nervously as he studied my body.
Your stitches look pretty good.
I looked down at my mangled body. My throat tightened. He's going to do more.
You look scared.
He shifted his weight just a bit closer.
2 nights alone, tied to a pole in a strange man's basement. I'm sure you know that no one will find you here. So, it's just you and me. And I know I'm going to kill you. And you know I'm going to kill you. Do you think it'll be today? Or will I just play with you again?
I squeezed my legs together. What is he going on about?
Why does he keep chipping away at my head, my sanity?
Maybe I'll cut all your new stitches open. Or maybe I'll cut out one of your organs and make you eat it.
Don't do that. That's rude.
I bet you'd look so cute with your liver in your mouth. You're going a bit pale. Okay. I have a better idea.
I really didn't want to hear any more of his ideas. I almost wish he'd just stop talking and get it over with.
Why don't I let you have some control, eh?
Oh no.
You get to choose what we do next.
Why is there question marks? I choose you. Let me go. Wait quietly. I swallowed nervously. He turned to the cabinets and took his time looking at different tools, while I glanced at his butt. I couldn't quite see what he was doing, but I heard a click.
Yes, this is good. Manual versus automatic.
I heard the unmistakable whir of a drill.
Okay, Espoir, here's your choice. Drill or hammer?
Wait, this is timed? Why is this timed? Stop! Why is he getting closer? Drill! I choose the drill! I don't like that. Was that a timed thing? I think that was timed. Yeah, I guess the drill would be slightly better, I guess.
Good choice. I was secretly hoping you would choose it.
Well, it just shows how much on the same wavelength we share, you butt. He put the hammer down and kneeled next to me. I flinched as he pulled the trigger and waved the spinning drill bit in my face.
This can do a lot of damage, you know. You're pretty brave to be picking it.
Actually, I think a hammer would do more damage. That's a blunt object. This is just clean and surgical. Also, screenshot. I felt like I was being pushed through a corridor. Sweat and heat, walls closing and pushing me closer to a killing machine. I smelled blood and envisioned a slaughterhouse. His free hand running over my thigh shocked me out of the vivid scene in my head.
Your legs are a bit chewed up still. Maybe we should give your arms some attention.
No! I tried to shift my position defensively, but as usual, it was no use. Trying to turn away only exposed my shoulder to him more.
Which hand do you mostly use?
Right-handed?
Of course. Don't worry, I'll do your other arm.
Oh, well, isn't that just thoughtful of him? Isn't that so considerate?
Who knows if you might need to use it again.
He grabbed my arm, and I took a screenshot. He wasn't waiting anymore. Panic exploded to the front of my mind. Then he pushed the cold, blunt tip into my skin with bruising force.
Get ready.
Ouch! The next moment was an explosion of sound and pain. Ow, can't I stab him yet? The spinning metal tore through my flesh with vicious force. My blood splattered on my own face. I hardly even... maybe the drill is worse, actually, now that I think about it. I hardly even realized I had been screaming. He wasn't letting go. He wasn't stopping. The next time that knife pops up, I'm gonna get it. So much noise. The drill. My screaming. And he was screaming too. What? Suddenly, the drill stopped. He was panting and shaking. The bit was still lodged deep in my arm. My scream had devolved into a trembling moan of pain that sounded so alien to me.
Think it'll go through the bone?
Screenshot. His voice was so low and heavy that I didn't register what he said at first. I tried to ready myself this time. Tense up. Relax. Relax. I relaxed my muscles and accepted my fate. He pulled the trigger, and in agony, like I'd never felt, shot through my arm.
to the rest of my body.
Hey, don't pass out. My whole arm hurt so much that even my fingertips felt like they were bruised and broken. I could barely tell when he pulled the bit out from my arm. That's good.
Ooh, no, stab him. Ooh, stab him. Ooh, stab him.
He briefly cupped my chin and looked at my face. Yeah, you can handle a little more. I tried to say no, to scream, but I felt like I couldn't control my tongue.
I don't know. I don't think this is a good chance to get him.
I only managed a garbled mess of panic and distress. He moved the drill bit over my knee. Can't really have you running around anyway.
You know what? No. Go back. Go. No. We're doing it. We're doing it now. Fluff it. We're doing it now. Stab him.
I watched him while moving my wrists carefully. I concentrated on moving as little as possible as I slipped one hand from the tape. You're staring. I gulped as my thoughts raced. It hurts. My fingers crept towards the hilt of the knife. Oh?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get him this time. This round's going to him.
My hand closed around the handle. Wat moet. Dat moet. He leaned in closer.
Now!
My muscles tensed, and I sprang, slashing at him.
What do you mean, at? What do you mean, at? You mean in? We stabbed him, didn't we?
In one moment, silence became a scream. Stillness became motion.
And I was thrown to the floor. Dang it!
He jerked back just before the knife could reach him.
Dang it! Gosh! Flippin'! Darn it!
Then slammed me to the ground by my arm.
Dang it!
His weight crushed me as I slowly processed my failure. A knife? His knee moved to my back and pushed the air out of my lungs. And where did you get that?
It's your knife. I also ate your sandwich.
He pulled the knife out of my grip as I refused to answer.
Dang it!
It doesn't matter. His tone sounded flat and resigned. It sent a cold shiver through me. I have to... His fist thumped down to the floor in front of my face.
Oh no!
Gripping the hilt of the knife.
Oh no!
He sighed dejectedly as his other hand gripped me painfully by the neck and pulled me forward.
Aw, man!
Up and over. The blade of the knife.
No, wait!
His hand moved to the back of my head and started pushing it down.
I'm sorry, what? The point of the knife pushed into the bottom of my chin. Rude!
I screamed and tried to push back in vain. It easily drove through the soft flesh beneath my jaw. My head was being forced down, and the blade slowly pushed up through my tongue into my mouth. My scream became a gurgle as my mouth filled with raspberry jam. And still the knife drove up higher until...
Your plan went to your head.
Once again, it feels like the you died screens are making fun of me. All right.
I still ate your sandwich. I ate your sandwich, bro. I ate your sandwich.
Okay. So, maybe no stabby time yet, but we still have the knife, and I made a save, so... I only managed a garbled mess of panic and distress. He moved the drill bit over my knee. Can't really have you running around anyway.
No!
For a fleeting second, I experienced true heck. In that split second, I felt the drill spin back to life, tearing through my skin, then crunching, grinding, through the bone, just beneath. My head was pounding. No, my whole body was throbbing. My throat was so sore I tasted blood. Was I screaming?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was screaming.
Come on. There you go. My arm, my knee, my leg. The pain was so overwhelming, I was feeling nauseous. Stay with me. I know. It was too much.
He was petting my head, and I was resisting the urge to stab him. I jerked my head to shake off his hand. He huffed in an amused way and withdrew his hand.
I know it hurts. There's a bright side to the drill, though. Small holes. You won't need any stitches.
Oh, goody. Yeah. Oh, well, yippee for small holes then. Yeah, this unfortunate MC, they get me. For a moment, he seemed stunned. Then he burst into a fit of laughter.
I didn't know you could be so funny. Oh, you are full of surprises, aren't you?
Yeah, I tend to joke and meme a lot when I'm really upset. He seemed to be examining my leg, though pain seized most of my attention.
Just a bandage, I think.
You know, if it's really that deep, I don't think anything you do is gonna help STRADE, my man. He got up and rummaged through his cabinets again. I slumped against the pole. I breathed a shaky sigh of relief. My whole body hurt like heck, but at least he seemed to be winding down. And I survived. I heard him washing his hands in the sink. Then he came back.
Okay, mein Lieberchen.
Don't call me Lieberchen. Stop. He revealed a wad of wet paper towel. He raised it to my arm, and I winced, remembering the alcohol, but it was just water. The pressure still hurt my damaged muscle, but the water was warm. On the grand scale of things he'd done to me, this wasn't so bad. I find myself relaxing slightly, in spite of it all.
Oh, you've got blood on your face, too.
Before I could answer, he raised the wet towel, now pink with my blood, to my face. Stab! Stab, 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 stab. 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 Want to stab? Stab.
12 seconds later.
Nope. No, that didn't work either. Never mind. Let him work. I didn't see the need to fight him on this. He was working fairly gently, and honestly, it felt nice. No, Espoir in the game. No, don't be seduced. I know he's cute and chubby and very daddy, and he's got nice eyes, and he says Lieberchen, and he but don't get seduced. We must stay focused.
Oh, I forgot your bandages.
He grabbed another paper towel.
I shouldn't get so distracted so easily.
I couldn't sort the confusing mess in my head. As he carefully dabbed the blood off my wounds, I slipped further into the murk of my mind. He wrapped my arm and knee in clean gauze as I stared blankly. Then he shattered my malaise with a single sentence. What? What?
You're not going to be able to walk properly anymore.
He said it in the same tone he used to comfort me, but the reality of it hit me like a brick.
Well, you probably won't leave this basement anyway.
I remembered where I was and what he said he was going to do. I stared in horrified silence.
But there's no need to worry about that yet, right?
He waited a moment for an answer he wouldn't give.
Anyway, I can see you're tired. I'll let you get some rest.
I barely noticed him leave. I felt like I was drowning in my thoughts, 1,000 different things, but I couldn't make any sense of them. Just dark water in my mind, pulling me under. I let out a defeated sigh. Well, how many days is this gonna take? What is this, 5 nights at STRADE's? I have to do something. I have to find a way out of here. I won't last much longer. I don't know, my sanity's doing pretty well. My body wouldn't answer the desperation of my mind. I couldn't even seem to keep my head up. I sighed and surrendered to sleep. A baby! This day is looking up. Oh, I love his new design. I love him so much. Just enter me in the loving Ren Hana fan club. I froze, not understanding what I was seeing for a moment. The figure in front of me was definitely not him.
And he doesn't look like a child. 'Cause I thought he was a baby, like an actual baby. But he is not a baby, he is a man.
I couldn't sleep. I pulled my aching legs towards myself. Those ears. And tail.
Oh yeah, his tail. His widow tail.
Am I dreaming?
This is a great dream.
I'm not gonna hurt you. I just wanted to take a look at you. I couldn't seem to find my voice. I could only stare at him. After I got over most of the initial shock, I realized that he was staring at me too. I thought I was used to wearing nothing but my underwear.
Oh yeah, I forgot. No, he'll see my goodies. He's seeing my goodies, my gams.
I thought I was used to wearing nothing but my underwear, but I shifted my legs to try and hide my body a little. Oh, who are you? What are you?
Eh? Who are you?
Ren.
Oh, I'm
Espoir. I know.
No, I was going to say I'm in an immense amount of pain.
He talks about you a lot.
Oh no, is Ren jealous? Does Ren get jealous? Oh, would he get jealous?
Straight appeared in my mind like a lightning strike. I knew then, without a doubt, I was awake. 1,000 questions exploded in my head. One rose to the top and fell out of my mouth before I could organize them.
Will you help me?
I can't. Look, it's not that I don't want to, okay? I want you to last a long time. As long as you're alive, he'll leave me.
Oh.
But he doesn't know I'm here. I'm not supposed to be down here.
Yeah, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do to the baby boy if he finds you're down here?
That better not be a threat. 'Cause you know, he'd fluff us both up. I gulped. Something in his tone made it clear that he wasn't exaggerating in the slightest. You see this collar? It's a shock collar, and he always has a remote for it. If I do anything wrong or if I step outside the house, it'll electrocute me. I took a moment to process the onslaught of new information.
I like that it gets it out of the way in the beginning, that he's an engineer and that he's made some cool stuff, like that shock collar.
So, you can't do anything. Now you're getting it.
Yeah, why does he do this?
How the heck should I know?
I see. I kind of like that he's also not acting like a baby. he's fed up too.
I tried to calm the storm in my head. I don't think he's dangerous, but I don't think he can save me either. Anyway, I have to go. I've pushed this too far already.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
Stay alive, Espoir, as long as you can. I really have to go now.
I'll do it. I'll do it for you, Ren. I'll keep fighting for you. Is there an ending where we just leave hand in hand? Was there in the last game?
He turned and left, moving deftly to the stairs. I sat alone for a moment. Then I pulled my hands from the loosened duct tape and rubbed my wrists. It was so hard to keep my wrists still while STRADE was hurting me. I felt under myself for the comforting presence of the knife. I hope I didn't miss my chance.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that? I don't think I missed my chance. I think we really gotta lure him in.
I sighed and looked around the empty basement.
Got any more sandwiches that I'm gonna eat?
I checked through the mini-fridge, but there was nothing.
Dang it.
I'm always having the feeling that there's something small. Oh, what's this? I limped to the door on my right. I'd never seen it used. I know the stairs are how I got in, so it's probably not going to help me escape, but I turned the handle, half expecting it to be locked, but it clicked open.
Ooh, it's got a little room in here.
It's so dark in here. I fumbled for a light switch for a moment before finding it.
He's got like a nice little room in here.
That's a little better. A computer desk and a very well-used couch. I walked into the room, and the door closed behind me. In a moment of panic, I hurriedly examined the door, but it was just a simple drop-latch lock on the inside with me. I sighed in relief. I turned my attention back to the room. Aside from the old couch, there were piles of filming equipment, and of course, the computer desk. The computer. I moved as quickly as my injured legs would allow and sat in the desk chair. I tapped at the keyboard, willing the computer to wake up. Come on. Come on. He probably does have like a intricate password, because in addition to being an engineer, he's worried about internet security. There. My heart dropped at the sight of a login screen. No, please. I looked around myself, hoping for a password written on paper. But there was nothing. Why am I so unlucky? Alright, so maybe like in The Price of Flesh, we'll have to find a secret password somewhere. I dropped my head to the desk, and I guess I can't connect to the internet or call for help. I sank into the chair in defeat. I guess I better go back. I got up and tried to put the computer chair exactly where I found it. Then I opened the latch, stepped back into the basement, and let it close quietly behind me. I swallowed my disappointment. Hey, that's some progress. We know that there's a computer there. I have to find some other way out of here. I don't like that just stuff could be popping up as I'm looking around. Did he put something else in here? Oh, maybe I can actually use these zip ties? Sure, take some zip ties. It can't be that bad. Might as well gather as many tools as possible. I took a few from the bag. Get some more sandwiches so I can eat them, Strade. Alright, I guess we can rest. I shoveled back to the pole and slipped my wrists back into the loose tape. I think I've done everything I can. I have to bide my time and get some rest. I was so exhausted, I couldn't feel myself falling asleep. I simply drifted into a dark and dreamless sleep.
Good morning. It's time to wake up.
Good morning, sunshine. I opened my eyes slowly, reluctantly. Even the usual rush of terror I felt as I remembered where I was seemed to be muted. The trauma of the last few days had me feeling empty and weak.
You've lasted a long time.
Yeah, just forget about that one ending I got. His voice cut through the fog of my thoughts.
I'm very happy for this.
I didn't even have the energy to groan in reply to his positive energy.
But you're not looking too good. Your knee is swelling a lot.
Yeah, 'cause you drilled a hole in it. He chuckled quietly.
We did get a little wild yesterday.
I recoiled as he approached me and crouched down. Please, don't. He ignored my protest and slid his hand over my knee.
Still.
The pain blossomed like a flame, even though his touch was feather light.
You're doing quite well. You are very, unverwusst.
Wustlich? Unverwustlich?
Robust. I like this about you.
Ah! My sanity! He squeezed my knee, and I lurched forward in agony. I hissed in discomfort as he continued.
I want to try something a bit different with you today.
Being nice? Watching anime together while eating popcorn? Anything but what we're doing now?
Don't make that face. It will be easy. But first, I'll need you off that pole.
My heart leapt into my throat. He's gonna notice the loose tape. And what's hidden underneath me. Gosh darn it, did I miss my chance? That's okay, that's okay. My mind raced as he stood up.
You can be good if I untie you, right?
I immediately nodded in response.
Good.
He stepped behind me and grabbed one of my bound arms.
The tape is barely on there.
I felt him pull it off my wrists.
What have you been up to?
Nothing. I was doing nothing. I just wanted to move my arms. That's all.
Is that true?
Yes, technically. Wanted to move my arms out of this house.
Well, it doesn't really matter anyway.
He gripped my arm and pulled me upwards. Pressed the button too fast. I stumbled on stiff and injured legs, but he braced me against his body and held me steady. Oh, goodness!
I bet he's very thick and firm and also soft.
No! No!
There you go. So that's what you've been up to.
What? What do you mean? I looked down at the floor and saw my previously hidden knife in plain view. What? I laid that. I lay knives. Like, you know how chickens lay eggs? I lay knives. That came out of my butt. He wouldn't buy that, but it would probably make him laugh. I froze as his grip tightened, and he pulled me backwards against him. He leaned in and spoke against my ear in a low voice.
I think you're clever, and you're brave. But if you attack me, I'll have to kill you.
Okay.
I don't want to kill you yet, and you don't want to die yet. Do you understand?
Okay. I nodded. Forcefully. I could feel a bead of nervous sweat traveling down my back. His rough stubble grazed my face as he spoke.
Good.
I suppressed a whine as he pocketed what I'd hidden. My special knife! I named it David! He led me to what I thought was a table. Oh, come on! Until I saw from this angle, it was a table saw. One of the top 3 tools that I am actually afraid of. I instinctively tried to slow down, but he pushed me along until I was standing in front of it. My now familiar sense of panic rose, and my throat closed. Just turned to him and go, "You're really cutting to the point, aren't you, buddy?" His heavy hand pressed against my back until I was bent over the table.
Do you know what this is?
It's a table saw?
Correct. Well, it's a machine.
I felt a finger touch the back of my head.
I really love machines. Did I ever tell you that?
The finger started drawing circles, absent-mindedly, on the back of my skull.
I like to pull them apart and figure them out, but there's more to it than that.
His wistful tone felt so out of place, pushed against a motionless saw.
Machines are all made by people, for a purpose, intention.
He began to stroke my head like some kind of pet.
I love to look for that intention, the reason people make what they make, why they do what they do.
Alright, so getting a little bit of insight on the way STRADE's mind works. He's just curious to a fault. I didn't really know what he was trying to say, but I wasn't too eager for him to stop talking.
What do you feel when you look at that blade?
Fear? 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 Scared? Seriously, I am terrified of table saws. I've never had an accident, never seen what they can do. In fact, most of the table saws I've seen are have safety things, but I am scared of table saws. I don't like them. I don't like them. He laughed.
Well, that's normal, I guess. Not very good, though, right? Even if I wasn't about to turn it on and push you into it.
I stiffened, and a cold bead of sweat rolled down my back.
People think machines are ugly. More than ugly, repulsive. People make the machines, but they don't want to look at them. I find that very interesting. But it does make some sense, doesn't it? Intentions can be very ugly.
I don't like it. I don't like it. A click, a high-pitched, mechanical scream, and the saw came to life right in front of my face. Ah! My body moved on its own, straining against him, desperately trying to get away from the saw. His hand gripped the back of my head. I pushed against the table, clinging and scraping and trying to get in any kind of purchase. I yelled and begged, but my voice was lost in the noise. My weakened body's desperate thrashing didn't seem to affect him at all. The muscles in his arm pressed my face closer and closer to the spinning blade, like a concrete wall, crushing me. Is he really going to just kill me like this? You should turn to him and go, "This is lame. This is so lame. You can do better. I am disappointed in you, Strade." Just shame him. Like, this is cringe, brah. This is cringe. You're cringe. Table saw, cringe. I cried and screamed. It only seemed to waste my extremely limited strength. My nose was only millimeters from the machine now. I couldn't spare any effort to scream anymore. Only the scream of the blade filled the air now. And still, he pushed. You know, it'd be hilarious if he doesn't kill me, if he's just scared me and he doesn't actually split my face in two. But I think he's gonna split my face in two. Wait, I wasn't ready. I was making jokes. No! Ah! My last sliver of strength left my body. That was rude. That was pretty fluffin' rude. Ah! Without resistance, his arm pushed my head into the saw. I thought I might have heard him yell. You got a splitting headache. Wait, so him yelling, does that mean he, like, nicked his finger? If he, like, lost a thumb, that would be worth it. Like, yeah, who's got one thumb but killed Espoir 2 times? That guy. Ah! Yeah, we did it! The whirring discs seemed to practically touch me. Just as my strength was giving out, his iron grip softened. Ah! I let myself fall to the table just beside the saw. But you... Yep. Oh, wait, so was he actually not gonna do it? He actually... Oh my gosh. He actually wasn't gonna saw my face, and because I lost that thing, I got cut up and he didn't expect it. You were just... Oh, Strade, I'm gonna kick you so hard your children will be born bruised. He bent over my body, pressing me into the vibrating tape. Oh, turn it off! Turn it off! I almost did it. His voice was a little hard to hear over the saw, but he spoke very close to my ear.
That would have been no fun. You would have died right there.
Yeah, no kidding. People die when you cut them open with a saw. I felt his gut bounce against me as he laughed. I didn't know if it was the blithe way he spoke about killing me, or if it was the noise. But I felt lightheaded. Through the dizziness, I began to register something else. His gut wasn't the only thing rubbing against my back.
Editor Espoir in the future, I think you may need to put parts of this video on my adult Patreon, please. Where all the not safe for work parts of a playthrough will go.
Few inches later.
One sweaty palm moved slowly down the length of my arm until it reached my wrist.
Hi!
His hand closed around my wrist and pushed it over the top of the table, grinding slowly over the surface. My terror exploded as my fingers approached the saw. Ah! My fingies! Then, in one motion, he pushed my hand into the saw, severing my ring and pinky fingers. The saw finally stopped, but my ears were ringing. I kept looking at the stumps on my hand. Is this someone else's hand? I was only vaguely aware of motions as he dragged my limp body back to the pole. A trail of blood followed me. It's my hand. It's my hand. It's my... Those are my fingies. You can't have them. Dots connected. Nerves fired. Pain finally found its way into my brain. It took moments to progress from warmth to excruciating torment, yet somehow I felt a strange sense of relief. Pain was familiar. It was something I understood. What was going on back there, I don't even know. I didn't even scream. I didn't have it in me.
Can you hear me?
I looked up at him, the source of pain.
You look like you're in shock.
I heard his words, but my mind wasn't forming a reply. My gaze dragged over his body. Medkit. That means it's over. Acid lightning shot through my arm as he picked it up and held my hand. Tears were flowing down my face. When did that start? He held the bleeding remains of my hand as if he was about to ask me to dance. A dry husk of a laugh escaped my mouth. The image was funny.
Oh, have I broken you?
Break. I rolled the word in my mind but couldn't find its meaning. Meanwhile, he raised my fingers to his lips. He ran his tongue over my index finger, lapping at the blood that coated it. I shivered as a jolt of pain pulsed through my arm. Even my undamaged fingers hurt. The agony spread like radiation. I twitched in surprise as he pulled both of my remaining fingers into his mouth.
Sir? Sir, you better not do a Tate Frost on me. Come on now, I already lost 2 fingers.
The radial pain wasn't enough to distract me from the feeling of his tongue. The wet, hot muscles slipped between and around my fingers. I felt my neck heating up. The warm softness of his mouth was pulling me in.
No, we must stay focused.
He'd never been anything but hard before. I couldn't make sense of it. He ran his tongue along me again, and I felt every texture in his mouth. He let my fingers slide out and breathed hot and heavy over my hand.
Sir?
I sat in stunned silence as he finally stopped. My addled mind wondered if the shameless display I just witnessed really happened.
I couldn't help myself. You make me, what's the English word for verklempt?
I shuddered at the feeling of his spit cooling on me, barely hearing him.
Ew, 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 other people spit, ew, ew, ew.
Well, I'd better get you cleaned up.
My rapid, weakening body wavered against the pole.
But first...
He absent-mindedly rubbed the fingers on his left hand, slowly, before continuing.
I have to know more. Tell me, how does your hand feel?
It hurts.
I could hardly understand what he was saying, let alone say anything back. I grunted softly in reply.
Is that all you can manage? Come on.
He squeezed my cheek as if he could force words from me like a toy.
Give me more.
He gripped my chin and waited for me to speak. I had nothing more to give him. I stared dully at him, ready for whatever horror awaited me next.
All right. Let's finish this.
Ah! He held up my hand again, along with the bottle. Oh, come on.
I recognized it only a split second before the alcohol poured over my stumps.
Ouch! Just use acid, why don't you?
Searing pain became a tear in my reality, a dark void that swallowed me.
Yeah, I guess it would sting so hard that you'd pass out again.
5 nights at STRADE. I don't wanna be 5 nights at STRADE. Is this what you wanna do? 5 nights at STRADE. I gasped and coughed. Then I looked around frantically, trying to figure out where he went. I froze as I registered a strange noise. Snoring? I remembered my hand. I inhaled sharply at the surge of pain as I tried to pull it in front of me. A tiny whimper escaped my lips. I was bound to the pole again. I gingerly felt around my injured hand with my good one. I felt cloth, bandages. I prodded at the stumps, despite the pain. My insides seemed to flip. My fingers were missing, but it felt like they were still there. I remembered the scream of the saw and shook the thought from my mind. I need to concentrate and get my bearings. I felt the stumps more carefully. They were rounded, a suggestion of stitches closing them up, but I couldn't be sure.
He's being so considerate about this.
My attention returned to the snoring. It seemed to be coming from the door to my right.
Did he just go in there for a snooze?
My brow furrowed in concentration. Did I pass out before? How long has it been? I felt like I could think again, but my body was a mess. I was tired, too. Very tired.
My fingies. Can't do anything. Ah! What?
My hand hurt way too much to struggle. Oh, okay. We're still in it. I'm definitely not getting out of the tape like this.
Alright. I don't like that stuff can just jump scare me when I'm looking.
Alright. I leaned back and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long for the void to pull me under again.
Good morning.
Good morning, STRADE. I struggled to open my eyes and focus on the voice dragging me out of sleep.
You're not looking so good. But that's alright. I'm a bit sad to say it, but I think our time together is ending.
A chill traveled down my spine. What do you mean? I couldn't help but cower away from him. Is he saying what I think he's saying?
Oh, sweet Espoir. You're very cute when you're afraid. I love the way you trembled. Your big, pretty eyes. So wide. But
suddenly, my lungs were empty and paralyzed.
Well, it's just not that interesting. I need more than a frightened animal.
Wait, but you want more than that? I can give you terrified, I can give you shocked, I can give you aghast. What do you want? I can give it to you. I am very silly.
You were so much fun. But, well, I want to be honest with you. I've gotten a little bored.
Bored? My mind was screaming. My mind was offended. How dare you call me boring? He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me.
Something inside me argued that the suffering would end, but somehow it was nothing compared to my body, my instincts, ready to fight for survival to the bitter end.
Oh, I know you're scared.
I pulled at the tape around my wrists, squeezing the flesh of my mangled hand painfully. I strained and struggled.
But at least we'll do something fun, okay? I have a brand new idea that I want to try.
He brandished the same knife that I'd grown so accustomed to seeing. He stepped over me and trapped my body between his knees.
Oh no!
You need to do your part, too. I need you to try your best not to die right away, okay?
Okay.
He gripped my head tightly and forced it to stay still, even as I tried to pull away.
Sir? Sir, what are you doing? Screenshot. I got an achievement for taking photographs. How did I say photographs backwards somehow?
I struggled against his legs as he ground against my face.
Stay still.
He pushed the knife point to the middle of my neck.
Ah!
I screamed as he slid the blade into my throat. Rude! My scream became a gurgle as blood rushed into my trachea. He pulled the knife back out and held my neck for a moment. Now I was just coughing. I couldn't scream anymore, because of the cut in my throat. He pushed a finger into the vertical slit he'd just made in my neck. STRADE. If this is going where I think it's going, it better not be.
A few moments later.
Well, that was creative. That was awful. That's Derek levels of buffoonery. Derek levels of shenanigans. And if there's any visual novel character I hate more than STRADE, it's Derek. Well, you know what? I still ate your sandwich. Well, okay. So I think there's not much I could do, like with that last playthrough, so I'm starting over from the beginning. I'm gonna be a little bit nicer. You know what? No, I'm gonna be flirty. I'm gonna be like, this guy is great. He's buying me drinks. This guy's great. He's cutting me open. This guy's great. This This guy, this absolute lad. Yeah, I think I was waiting for you, flirt.
Oh, you're so charming. I got a bit ahead of myself. My name is STRADE. What about you?
I'm Espoir. Nice to meet you. Wink.
I'm glad you came in here. I was just thinking to myself how I wanted someone to talk to.
I noticed that he had a light European accent of some kind that I'm probably butchering. Really? Free beers? Thanks. He grinned as he got up. I watched as he sauntered towards the bar. I let out a short sigh and took a look back at the windows. Still raining, maybe even worse than before.
Since I've never seen you in here before, I assume you weren't on your way to the bar. Did you come from work?
Yeah.
You must be tired then. And I'm sure you just wanted to get home too. What terrible luck. Well, hopefully the rain clears up soon. Although, in the meantime, I'd love to hear a little more.
I relaxed into my seat and told him all about my theories and lore about revolutionary girl Utena and how it changed my life. Flirt, are you trying to get me drunk?
Well, I admit, I'd love to keep chatting.
Aww.
If it costs me a few beers, then I'll happily pay.
Yeah, 'cause he's apparently loaded. He left again, swiftly coming back with a drink. He slid it over to me and took another sip of his own.
I started studying engineering in Europe, then moved here. I went to a university a few provinces away to continue with that.
Really? That's so interesting.
Is it? I just love machines. Designing, researching, building.
Putting people's faces into them. More beers? Keep 'em coming, Pally Poo.
You got it.
I found myself listening to him and talking about myself with a sense of ease. Whenever I cracked a joke, he laughed heartily. As he kept chatting away happily, I leaned in. There's something attractive about him. I would say we must stay focused, but you know what? No, unfocused. Unfocused. We've been too focused. Drowsiness softened my thoughts. I slumped back into my chair.
You're starting to look a bit tired, buddy.
I yawned in reply. It's this bar. It's making me feel sleepy.
You're right. And I guess we've been at it quite a while.
He looked over my shoulder and clicked his tongue in disapproval.
The rain hasn't slowed down a bit.
I looked behind me to see the wall of water past the window myself.
I guess we'll just have to get you home anyway.
To my home, right? We're going to my home. Right, STRADE? Right? Right? Ah! Suddenly, a brick wall emerged from the murk and slammed into my face. Ow! STRADE's weight followed and ground me against the rough surface. Hey! Whoa, aren't we moving a little fast, cowboy? I could feel his laugh shake my body in reply.
I can't help myself.
He shuffled for a moment, then wrenched my wrists together behind me. Hey, I'm only slightly into that, but maybe not outside. Alright, so this time I'm going to be complacent. I'll just relax and do as he says. He's too heavy, and I'm too drunk to even walk straight. I'm better off saving my energy. I relaxed my body against his, trying to show him that I wasn't going to resist.
There you go.
A thick piece of fabric was pulled around my mouth, tightened and tied quickly behind my head. Then another, a blindfold. I tried to quell a sense of rising panic. He gripped my shoulder again and started pushing me along. Sure do hope I'm not going to end up in your creepy basement. Yeah, we're going to end up in this creepy basement. We already know what's going to happen. The cloth in my mouth was pulled away. Then the blindfold was finally lifted from my face.
Comfy?
Yes.
Really? Well, I'm glad. Anyway, now you're dry so you won't freeze. I want you to be wie sagt man waschen.
What?
Probably awake tomorrow.
Okay. Well, as he's cutting into my leg, what if I go, I'll do anything you want? I'll do anything you want. He pressed the point into my leg just a little, then stopped.
Really?
Within reason? Of course. He took a moment to think.
If I give you this knife, will you cut yourself for me?
Okay. I can at least try and make it hurt less.
All right, let's see what you can do.
He got up and moved behind me. I stiffened as I felt his knife slip between my wrists, but he only sliced through the tape.
Show me.
He flipped the knife in his hand and held the handle out to me. I took it slowly. My mind was racing. My hands are free. I have the knife. Don't.
Cut yourself. Anywhere you like.
Okay. Listen. I know it's not gonna work. I'm saving my game. Listen. Now I'm gonna attack him, only because I know it's gonna lead to an ending. 'Cause what do we got here? Ooh, we got a lot. We got 21 in. Oh, neat. It comes with a walkthrough? Wow! It comes with a built-in walkthrough? It comes with a walkthrough after you beat it? That is so considerate. Wowie. Golly. So I'm just going to attack him, just so I get an ending unlocked. I know he's going to kill me horribly, but I'm just filling that up. I felt the weight of the knife in my hand. Why is he getting closer? Back up! I adjusted my grip. Solid connection. I have to move fast. I need to get my legs beneath me. I shifted my stiff legs from sitting to crouching. I demanded speed, and they seemed to scream in protest. I locked my eyes on my target. He saw me change position, yet he didn't move. A warning flashed in my head. I ignored it and lunged. Ha! His weight was crushing me. Well, joke's on you, I already knew this was going to happen. He sidestepped my lunge and forced me to the ground before I could properly register my failure. Of course he was expecting it. Of course, we already knew that. My arm was wrenched behind my back and so hard that I dropped the knife.
I had a feeling you would try that.
Just being predictable. His face was right next to my ear.
But you're too slow. Not a very good position to start with.
He shoved his weight down through his knee into my back, forcing the air from my lungs with a wheeze.
Not a very good position now, either.
I screamed as he shoved a finger into one of my knife wounds. He laughed behind me in the same way he had at the bar.
Come on. Let's put you back.
His weight finally left my back, and I sucked in a welcome breath of air. I let him drag me back to the pole and bind my wrists without a struggle. He'd already won.
Now, where were we?
I saw the flash of the knife I'd dropped, but there was no time to react. I screamed as he plunged the blade deep into my leg. Oh, he's not going to kill me right away? Alright, so, I'm still alive. I guess he's like, oh, it's so cute that you tried to kill me with the power of friendship and everything, but he is the devil from the Bible. He was panting and sweating after he stitched up my little leggy poos.
What do you think, mein Lieberchen?
What did you call me? I know what it means.
Oh, mein Lieberchen? It's just a nickname. A cute name.
It's like darling. Blush. Oh. I lost my train of thought. Why would he call me that?
Anyway, we still have one more thing to do.
Oh, yeah. Now that the pain was starting to dull, my head was starting to feel heavy. I couldn't think of a response, but it didn't seem like he was expecting one. He cupped my face in his hand. Lean into it. His hand was rough, but warm. A simple touch, a simple gesture. I was starving for comfort, and I wasn't about to be picky. I'd be a little bit picky. Just a little bit.
I can see why you might be tired after all that. I was a little bit, extreme. But you're very exciting.
The buzzing pain was distracting me, and so was his very pretty golden eyes. What the heck is he talking about?
I'm so glad I brought you home.
Alright, is the baby up there? The baby! Aw, hi baby. Aw, he's so cute. What would happen if I didn't struggle? I want to eat that sandwich though. I want to eat that sandwich. Yeah, no, I'll be good. I let my head fall forward. I don't have the energy to struggle right now. If I want a chance of getting out of this, I'll need my strength. As I closed my eyes, I was haunted by echoes of his laugh. I pushed them from my mind. Eventually, the pain began to fade too. My body ached from climbing. Climbing what? That's right. I was climbing a tree. What? I grabbed and pulled, fighting through a thick canopy.
Can you see it yet?
Frustration and sharp branches clawed at me. Just a little more.
Are you looking?
My head burst into clear night air. I saw a mountain and a forest.
Look.
At what? What am I supposed to... My body froze. Cold sweat covered my palms. Where are they? Something smiled, and I stared into the sky. There was no moon. There were no stars. No, there was nothing. Only nothing. Is this trying to insinuate that I'm doing all this for nothing? I looked down as the world shifted.
Why don't you let go?
My hand slipped as I tried to grasp the rough branches. They flowed through my fingers as my legs dangled into the sky. No! I couldn't hold on. They wouldn't stay still.
I love you so much.
I fell into the void. Void, no! Get out of my brain, Void! I'm done with you! Ugh. Something was shaking me. I should wake up punching. Oh, it's you. Well, now that we've had a nice, delicious granola bar, I can see you can do whatever you want to me. The words were out of my mouth before I could think about them. My cheeks were suddenly on fire. You knew what you were saying, Espoir. You knew what you were saying.
What was that? Have you already gone a bit crazy? It's too early for that.
Yeah, my sanity's still up.
Besides, it won't get you out of making a decision. I really want to know what you pick.
I swallowed, nervously. Hold that thought. Well, let's have fun with the hammer.
Really? The analog option, eh? It's a little more personal, isn't it?
He played with the hammer, testing its weight in his hand.
No machines, just us.
As he leisurely put the drill back behind him, I wondered if I made the right choice. He could still do anything with a hammer. He could kill me. He crouched down in front of me, holding the hammer.
It's more, what's the word? Close, no? Intimate. It's more intimate.
Yeah, I guess so. I kept my mouth shut. I wasn't too thrilled with what he was saying, but I definitely preferred him talking to whatever he planned to do with that hammer.
I gave your legs a lot of attention yesterday. Why don't we start with your arm today?
I tried to duck my arm away from him, but as usual, the pole kept me firmly in place. He revealed a small handful of nails before positioning one over the meat of my bicep. My swole bicep! Part of me prayed he was joking. He wouldn't, I lied to myself. Even as he raised the hammer, even as the stitches in my legs throbbed, the hammer crashed down, driving the nail into my skin and shattering my desperate doubt. The shock and force of the impact was so strong, I didn't make a sound. I would be calling him cringe and lame so many times. I would never stop saying how uncreative he is. And then that hammer would find itself at my temple. But my silence wouldn't last. Ooh. Nice thwack sound. Another blow drove the nail deeper. This time I bit down on a scream. I couldn't stop myself from looking down at it. The nail was barely sticking out. It was almost entirely... I'm knocking over my camera. The nail was barely sticking out. It was almost entirely inside me.
Well?
He revealed another nail. I groaned in protest, unable to form my thoughts into words. He aimed it besides the first one and positioned the hammer.
How do you feel?
Ah! The punching force and pain shook my body like a wave. He moved with perfect sureness and precision, like a well-oiled machine. I hate that he's good at this.
Do you regret picking the hammer?
My thought became a scream as another ruthless blow drove the nail deeper into my arm. He laughed. He seemed to enjoy my inability to talk. I slumped against the pole as pain kept washing over me. Some tiny part of me was relieved. I didn't want to answer him anyway. Quit it! His hand kept producing nails, and his hammer kept driving them in, again and again, until he took one last nail from his palm. Except, it wasn't a nail! Come on, brah!
Looks like I made a mistake.
He held it up to me. Oh, right, isn't it a screw and not a nail? A screw. A thick metal screw. He held the screw's point up to my arm. He then dragged it over my skin in slow, lazy circles. Even the gentle touch felt like fire on my bruised... It's bruised now. Even the gentle touch felt like fire on my abused arm.
So, where should I put this?
Up your butt and around the corner?
I love that the MC has stuff that I would say. I really want to say that. I really want to say shove it up your butt. But I'm trying to be nice.
Wherever you want, honey. I mumbled my reply. I didn't have it in me to fight back.
Tired already? I'll have to wake you up then. Oh, I've got an idea.
He lifted the screw away and placed it over my knee instead. Rude.
I should make sure you can't run. Just in case.
The thought made my stomach lurch. I squirmed, moving my knee away. Maybe I should have told him to put it up his butt. Until he grabbed it roughly and moved his own knees to cage it in place. No! He held the screw over my kneecap like a nail and readied the hammer. See, this is why I wanted the drill rather than the hammer, because once he slams that in, it's not just gonna put the nail in, it's gonna shatter the kneecap. Instead of making a nice little hole, it's just gonna shatter everything. It's messy. Straight, it's messy. Come on now, why would you let me pick that? Stop. Don't. Dodge? Dodge? Can I dodge? Oh, can I dodge? Can I dodge? Dodge? Every muscle in my body strained, trying to get my knee away. The force of his hammer blow drove the screw to messily tear my knee apart. Ow! My scream came out like a howl at the ceiling. I didn't hear him panting or see him raise the hammer. I just felt my knee shatter under the second blow. Ouch!
I didn't think it would go in, but where there's a will, there's a way, right?
You're horrible. You're awful. You are such a bad, bad man. The third blow wedged the screw fully into my body. My screams and garbled protests were all blurring together. My entire leg throbbed, and my knee was already starting to swell. Did I not dodge at all? He finally put the hammer down and put his hands on my leg, around my knee. Yeah, I think the drill might be better. I groaned as he rubbed his hands around the injury.
It looks kind of funny like that. Like you have a battery terminal.
His hand froze.
Oh.
As he stood up, I began to panic. No, wait, you already... I could hardly think. My entire body was already in so much pain. As I watched him go through his cabinets yet again, I wondered if I would even survive this. Maybe will be what kills me. Ah! Oh, come on! He returned, triumphantly, holding a box of cables.
This is a little experiment of mine. A car battery doesn't have enough voltage to hurt you much, normally, but I made a few changes to this one.
He knelt down and tapped the screw sticking out of my knee, sending out a new shockwave of pain.
Only one terminal.
I looked down at myself, my bleeding, broken heap of a body.
We'll have to be creative.
Ah! I bit down on a whimper as he shoved the clamp into the stitches, from my first night, and closed the teeth on my flesh. He attached the cables to the battery while humming a sickeningly cheerful tune. I was sure I couldn't take any more, but I knew by now I had no choice. He raised the other clamp and closed its jaws over the screw sticking out from between my bones. Just the change of pressure had me clenching my teeth.
Are you excited?
He turned a knob as he spoke. The screw began to feel hot. He twisted the knob, and the heat became a molten blade driven through the cartilage of my kneecap. Ooh. Ah! Quit it! I couldn't hold it anymore. I screamed as my leg began to seize. The fire spread, and my veins filled with battery acid. My scream cut off abruptly. I couldn't move anymore. I just sat there motionless, as the metal lodged in my body boiled my blood. And then everything stopped. Well, ow! For one blissful moment, I felt absolutely nothing. No more pain, no more time, no more heartbeat. What? Until something punched me in the chest. What? What? No. Again, no. And again, no. What? I got nothing left. I'm at 0. I got 0 HP. His face. He leaned back and pushed on my chest again.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
You son of a bitch! My mangled body sucked in a breath of air and started coughing, all without my consent.
Ah, there you go.
My chest, my whole body was hurting. Even the light hurt. Suddenly, his lips were fervently crashing into mine. Smooches? I don't know if I want these smooches. The mix of his overwhelming excitement and my lack of air made me feel drugged.
I think you really died there for a minute.
Did he just kiss me? Did I imagine that? Well, I mean, I am trying to get smooches this run, but how dare you? How dare you kill me and think that I have sweet release and then bring me back? Ah! My lips were tingling. Uh-oh. His hair. Oh, dear. Oh, no.
I'm so glad you came back.
Huh?
I know, I couldn't help it. You just look so good. I went too far.
I heard him speaking, but I wasn't really listening. I couldn't seem to put the words together.
Cleaning you up.
My head and limbs felt like they were made of lead. Even the pain felt further away. Somehow I'm still reeling, for I'm still alive. I watched him pull a nail slowly from my skin. I viewed my skin and blood clinging to the nail with all of the interest of watching a bug crawl against pavement. Like, look at that. Isn't that something? He pulled the rest out as my head drooped to my chest, until his fingers closed over the head of the screw. Oh yeah, the screw. Oh yeah. I could just barely make out my knee now, and the colors suggested charring, along with all the trauma.
This one might hurt.
I watched passionlessly as he pulled the metal from burnt flesh. I'm all burnt up. It didn't hurt at all.
That's more damage than I expected.
Everything seemed further and further away.
You definitely won't be working on this anytime soon.
I felt like I was under a layer of cloth, or maybe sinking under water. The last thing I saw was bandages being wrapped around my leg. Gosh dang it. Pain found me in my sleep before consciousness did. I opened my eyes and drew in a breath of discomfort. How long was I out for? I have to do something. I have to find a way out of here. I should probably stop flirting with him. I won't last much longer. Oh, he's the baby, so what are you?
I'm Beastkin. And yes, the ears and tail are real.
No, I was going to ask, may I touch them? May I touch your flippity-floppity ears and your fluffity-fluffity tail?
You really have more important crap to be worried about.
I watched his ears and tail move in the darkness. I must be dreaming.
My name is Ren.
I opened my mouth to reply, but he quickly cut me off.
And you're Espoir, I know. He talks about you.
He. STRADE appeared in my mind like a lightning strike. Are you like me, then? He sighed.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. Do you see this collar? It's a shock collar, and he always has a remote for it. If I do anything wrong or if I step outside the house, it'll electrocute me.
Oh, poor baby with your fluffity-fluffity chest. Your fluffity chest fur. Don't worry, in a couple years we'll meet each other again, and I'll be on your show, and then you'll take me, and then we'll be best friends, and we'll watch anime together, and we'll have anime pizza parties. But for right now... Yeah, how did you end up like this, baby? You got some lore? Like, here.
Probably a lot like you. I was at a bar, and he took me home.
Really?
He tied me to that pole, and,
It's okay. You don't need to say. What did he do to the baby boy? I know what he does.
Right. Well, I guess he liked me. Maybe it's my stupid ears or whatever, but one day he said he didn't want to kill me anymore. And then he put this collar on me. And here I am.
I see. I tried to calm the storm in my head. I don't think he's dangerous, but I don't think he can save me either.
Anyway, I have to go. I've pushed this too far already.
Thank you, baby boy. Even though you're a man. Thank you.
Stay alive, Espoir.
I'll try. Actually, no, I'm not gonna try. I'm not gonna try because I want to get these endings. I'm not gonna eat his sandwich. I'm just gonna rest. I closed my eyes and tried to imagine my own bed. That none of this was real. Hard metal and concrete cradled my broken body, and eventually I fell asleep.
Good morning. It's time to wake up.
I opened my eyes slowly, reluctantly. Good morning, STRADE. How you doing? Even the usual rush of terror I felt as I remembered where I was seemed to be muted. I was happy to see him. I knew he was going to hurt me, but for some reason, the fear wouldn't come like it used to.
You've lasted a long time.
His voice cut through the fog of my thoughts.
I'm very happy for this.
My heart fluttered at his praise. Oh yeah, I forgot I was being flirty. I responded with a weak smile.
But you're not looking so good. Your knee is swelling a lot.
It really hurts. Uh-oh.
Is that so? It does look very sensitive.
Oh no! I'm in danger! He approached me and crouched down. My breath hitched as he slid his hand over my knee.
Still.
The pain blossomed like a flame, even though his touch was feather light. Oh yeah, you electrocuted me too!
You're doing quite well. You are very, unverwurscht.
Robust. He laughed lightly.
You make me forget words.
Ah! He squeezed my knee, and I lurched forward in agony. I hissed in discomfort as he continued.
I want to try something a bit different with you today.
Again, letting me go?
Don't make that face. It will be easy. But first, I need you off that pole.
Oh yeah, this would be the part where he would find my goodies. My mind raced as he stood up.
You can be good if I untie you, right?
I immediately nodded in response. Only in this playthrough, baby.
Good.
He stepped behind me and grabbed one of my bound arms. I felt a cold metal blade slip between my wrists and cut the tape. I shivered. I didn't even notice the knife in his hand before. He gripped my arm and pulled me upwards. I stumbled on stiff and injured legs, but he braced me against his body and held me gently.
Ooh, there you go.
Reason with him? Aha! I don't think that's gonna do any. Well, you know, why not? It's worth a try. Reason with him. You really don't need to do anything to me today. I'm already beaten up from yesterday, and you know, we had a lot of fun. We should probably rest. And we could do something else. I'll do whatever you want me to.
You are adorable. But I can't stop now. I've been thinking about what I'm going to do to you all night. Now, come on.
He led me to what I thought was a table. Oh, come on!
I really love machines. Did I ever tell you that?
The finger started drawing circles absent-mindedly on the back of my skull. No, you should tell me a lot more about it instead of... He chuckled, but his fingers also clasped the back of my neck.
I'd like to pull them apart and figure them out, but there's more to it than that.
His wistful tone felt so out of place, pushed against a motionless saw.
Machines are all made by people for a purpose, intention.
He began to stroke my head like some kind of pet. STRADE, we could literally be doing anything else besides this. It somehow made me feel a bit more relaxed. Oh no, I forgot I'm drinking the Delulu juice.
I love to look for that intention. It's the reason people make what they make, why they do what they do.
I didn't really know what he was trying to say, but I wasn't too eager for him to stop talking.
What do you feel when you look at that blade?
Yeah, like it would be really awesome if you didn't turn that on. Am I right or am I right? His chuckle was quiet and dark.
I feel like you're not listening to me at all.
I am, I'm totally listening. I'm a great listener.
Not very good though, right? Even if I wasn't about to turn it on and push you into it.
I stiffened, and a cold bead of sweat rolled down my back. The whirring disc seemed to practically touch me. Just as my strength was giving out, his iron grip softened. I let myself fall to the table just beside the saw. What you laughing about? I'll kick you in the knees, I will. Editor May! Editor Espoir, this is the sexy bit. This is the sexy bit we gotta put on the adult Patreon, don't forget.
Good morning.
Hey, baby. I struggled to open my eyes and focus on the voice, dragging me out of sleep. You're lucky I'm doing the Delulu route.
Oh, sweet Espoir. You're very cute when you're afraid. I love the way you trembled. Your big, pretty eyes. So wide. But...
What do you mean, but? What do you mean, but? But? What's this but? The only butt around here is my butt, who's sick of your butt. Your butt? Suddenly, my lungs were empty and paralyzed.
Well, it's just not that interesting.
Not that interesting, dude! I got your heart to crimson. How dare you say that I'm not interesting? I thought we had something special.
I loved having you here. I really did like you a lot, but... Well, I want to be honest with you. I've gotten a little bored.
My mind was screaming. My mind was screaming. Yet again, my mind is screaming. How dare you? He's gonna kill me. He's gonna kill me. No, I am offended. How dare you? We did all that. Ah! How dare you? Okay, so I guess that's the default ending. That he gets real creative. Well, for right now, I'm gonna stop right here. But this game is available on Steam. Please heed the warnings. This game is a lot more intense than some games I've played. I will play more of this. I just need to compose myself because he called me boring. I'm not boring, right? You guys would tell me if I was boring. And this will be a little bit more difficult than my other playthroughs because this game is brand spanking new and there's no walkthrough yet. But you haven't beaten me yet, Straight. This is a visual novel. No holds bars, tables, ladders, and chairs. Anything goes. Sugar glass on the mat. Match. And I'm not going to give up yet. Except for right now where I'm going to take a little break. But anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care of yourself, have a great night, and remember, there is always hope.